Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're ranking the 6 most impactful Dragon Ball villains. Starting off at number 6, we have Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super, the divine hypocrite with a god complex and a plan that literally broke reality. At first glance, Zamasu doesn't look like much. A calm, composed Supreme Kai apprentice with philosophical vibes. But give him a few episodes in a stolen body, and he becomes one of the most chilling threats in the entire series. His ideology? Mortals are flawed, dangerous, unworthy of existence, and the only way to bring true justice is to erase all of them. Let that sink in. This isn't about revenge or power. This is cosmic genocide, executed with cold, calculated righteousness. Oh, with the time ring in Goku's body. Thanks to the whole Goku Black identity twist, Zamasu unleashes the Zero Mortals plan, teaming up with himself. Literally. 2 versions of Zamasu wreaking havoc across timelines like it's some divine hobby. And let's not forget how terrifying he becomes after merging with Goku Black. Fused Zamasu is a god on the brink of madness, body decaying, power surging, and still convinced he's the hero of this story. He didn't just threaten a universe. He broke time, forced Goku and Vegeta into desperate fusion, and even made Zeno, the Omni King, wipe out an entire timeline just to stop him. Zamasu is proof that the most dangerous villains aren't the loudest or the strongest. They're the ones who believe they're saving the world. Coming up next, a villain who doesn't care about ideology or justice. He just wants to devour you. Coming in at number 5, we have the walking pink paradox of chaos, Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z. Now, here's a villain that plays by no rules. One second he's turning people into candy, the next he's blowing up entire cities with a giggle. And that's not even his final form. Majin Buu isn't just one villain, he's a collection of personalities, each more dangerous and unpredictable than the last. First, we meet Fat Buu. Childish, goofy, but terrifyingly powerful. He wipes out entire armies like they're made of paper, and laughs while doing it. But then things get darker. Much darker. Enter Evil Buu, the result of Fat Buu's inner rage. A twisted, emaciated version that wastes no time, absorbs Fat Buu and becomes Super Buu, a villain who starts hunting down the Z-Fighters one by one. Remember when he turns Chi-Chi into an egg and stomps her without blinking? That's not just evil, that's nightmare fuel. And just when you think it can't get worse, Super Buu sheds all humanity and becomes Kid Buu. Pure chaos incarnate. No motive, no words, just destruction. He literally blows up Earth on a whim. Buu forced Goku and Vegeta to go beyond Super Saiyan 3. He forced fusion after fusion. And even then, he was still too much. Majin Buu isn't just a threat, he's a force of nature, a reminder that not all villains need grand speeches or twisted ideologies. Sometimes the scariest enemy is the one who just wants to watch it all burn. Next up, a villain with a tail, a scouter, and a smirk that spells doom. You already know who it is. At number 4, we've got a name you didn't expect to see here, but you can't deny it. Vegeta during the Saiyan saga of Dragon Ball Z. Yes, we know he's a hero now. A proud warrior, a family man. But rewind to his first arrival on Earth. And Vegeta was nothing short of a nightmare in Saiyan armor. This wasn't the grumpy rival we grew to love. This was the cold-blooded elite who blew up his own teammate, laughed at Goku's morals, and tried to destroy Earth just because he was bored. Let's not forget how unstoppable he was back then. Goku hit him with the Kaioken, Gohan and Krillin jumped in, Yajirobe pulled a surprise attack, and Vegeta still almost won. He turned into a great ape, crushed half the battlefield, and had to be beaten by sheer teamwork, luck, and a spirit bomb to the face. Vegeta wasn't just a strong enemy, he was the first real wall the Z-Fighters ever hit. Up until that point, bad guys were tough, but Vegeta made you realize, oh, we're in a different league now. And what makes it more powerful? He survives. He limps back to his pod, battered and broken, but alive. He looks down at Earth with blood in his teeth and hatred in his eyes. That Vegeta? That version was a true villain. And arguably, he set the tone for everything that came after. Next up, a perfect predator born in a test tube. Equal parts genius, monster, and nightmare fuel. Sliding into number 3, we've got the ultimate science project gone wrong. Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Imagine a villain made from the DNA of every Z-Fighter. Now imagine he's smarter than all of them. And infinitely more smug. That's Cell, A literal bioengineered nightmare designed for one purpose: perfection. Dr. Garo didn't just build a weapon, he built an obsession. And Cell lives up to that legacy by absorbing entire cities, evolving through terrifying forms, and manipulating the entire world into a fight he's already planned 20 steps ahead. First, there's Imperfect Cell, creepy, insectoid, lurking in the shadows. His first appearances feel like horror movie scenes. Screams, silence, empty clothes, just enough mystery to make your skin crawl. Then comes Semi-Perfect Cell, stronger, more arrogant, but still not satisfied. And finally, Perfect Cell, smooth, polished, eerily calm. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to humiliate Earth's heroes in front of the universe. So what does he do? Creates the Cell Games, a deadly tournament, not out of necessity, but for fun, to prove his dominance, and let's be honest, he wins. Goku gives up, Vegeta fails, Trunks gets wrecked, and only Gohan, pushed beyond his limits, manages to bring Cell down. But not before Cell self-destructs, comes back stronger, and kills Goku in the process. Cell is terrifying because he's cold, calculated, but still human enough to be offended, amused, and petty. He's a villain who studies you, outclasses you, and makes you doubt your purpose, right before he crushes you. Next up, the most iconic tyrant in Dragon Ball history. You already hear his laugh echoing through space. Coming in at number 2, the Emperor of Evil himself, Frieza. The tyrant who made blowing up planets look like a hobby. The villain so iconic they brought him back twice. From his first appearance on Namek, Frieza didn't just steal scenes, he owned the screen. Calm, polite, and absolutely terrifying. He's not loud or unhinged, he's refined. A soft voice, a sinister smile, and enough power to wipe out science, civilizations, and hope itself. And that's exactly what he did. Frieza genocided the Saiyan race without breaking a sweat, manipulated Vegeta from childhood, and when our heroes came to stop him on Namek, he responded by taking off the gloves. And every form after that. Each transformation, more monstrous, more deadly. And yet, Frieza never loses his smug elegance. His fight with Goku is legendary. Not just for the action, but for what it represented. Goku's first Super Saiyan transformation, triggered by Frieza's casual murder of Krillin. That scream, that shift in tone, anime history. And what does Frieza do in response? Blows up the planet. Yeah, that guy. But it doesn't stop there. In Dragon Ball Super, Frieza comes back. Golden. Rebuilt. Stronger. Crueler. And somehow, even more petty. He betrays, schemes, and even teams up with Goku when it suits him. Because above all, Frieza is about power. And revenge. He's not the strongest anymore. But in terms of influence, fear, and pure iconic villainy, he's still the gold standard. But there's one villain left. One whose hatred ran so deep, he tore through time, fate, and Goku's very soul. And finally, at number 1, the most personal, the most haunting, and arguably the most dangerous villain Goku has ever faced. Goku Black from Dragon Ball Super. Let's get this straight. This isn't just an evil version of Goku. This is Zamasu, a corrupted Supreme Kai who stole Goku's body, murdered his family, and used his face to wipe out universes. Let that horror settle in. Goku Black is terrifying because he's familiar. He smiles like Goku, fights like Goku, but every move is twisted. Every punch, every smirk, every energy blade drips with malice. He's not loud, he's not chaotic, he's controlled evil, refined, elegant, like a god with a vendetta. And unlike Frieza or Cell, Goku Black doesn't just want to win, he wants you to suffer. He enjoys the pain. He's poetic about destruction. The arc where he reigns? A nightmare. Trunks' future is reduced to ash. Hope is a memory, and every time our heroes think they've figured him out, he evolves. He fuses with the original Zamasu to become an immortal abomination. A twisted, glowing god who warps reality itself. Blades raining from the sky, time splitting apart. A villain so powerful, the only option was to call Xeno and erase the entire timeline. Goku Black isn't just a threat, he's a violation. A mockery of our hero's face, heart, and soul. And that's why he tops the list. Because the scariest villain is the one who wears your own face. But before we wrap up, let's take one last look at what makes these villains unforgettable. Your turn. Best Dragon Ball villain? Comment and subscribe to Nonagon.